This is Mel Thompson, and this is a podcast and a series of podcasts about political risk. Today we'll be discussing Peru and the recent resignation of its prime minister. Anytime there is a change in leadership, it creates an automatic political risk. This applies to free and fair elections where new people win and others lose or retire, as well as to situations where there are coups. Political change in leadership has no precise category that defines why it is a political risk, yet in fact it is. The main reason why this is true is due to changes in policy. Some may be minor, some major. In fact, the changes could be lower fees and taxes that encourage foreign direct investment, or a total unexpected change in market entry rules that result in losing a sizable return on investment. Power changes have consequences, some good, some not so good. In the case of Peru, we will soon see what level of political risk is in the offering due to the confidence vote that was lost by its prime minister, Ana Jara. The lack of trust that created this losing vote stems from allegations that Jara had engaged in spying on her own political opponents. Now, even if she had survived the congressional vote of confidence, the allegations would have likely made it very difficult for any policies that would improve consumer and investor confidence to move forward. Jara was a damaged politician from the time these allegations became public, and this gave cover to the very enemies that she sought to spy on in the first place. In other words, they basically turned the tables on her. The best political risk moniker that can be applied to the situation is uncertainty. Businesses and investors who are already in Peru may have some degree of concerns about the reliability of current contracts and currency convertibility. Those seeking to enter the markets of Peru will either hold back to see how these events impact their plans, or they will move on. Once a new government is formed and the clarity that is needed can be attained in the form of a new prime minister and a new government, then investors may look upon this whole situation as a blip on a radar screen that didn't impact the long-term goals and plans that they had. However, I do believe that the next government and the next prime minister of Peru should be somebody with a track record, or a group of people with track records, particularly in the field of economics, mainly because the track record, whether it's good or bad or even indifferent to a certain degree, is still a record, and a record that foreign direct investors and businesses can look at and make their plans based upon those hard facts. When you have people, no matter how gifted they are, walking into a situation like this with no track record, it is going to be somewhat difficult right from the start to entice people to come to be investors or have companies come in, because they've got nothing to base their trust upon. Track records matter, and they particularly matter in a case such as it is in Peru at this time. This is Mel Thompson.